WRFG Atlanta.
Good morning blues will brighten up your day as you put on your shoes. Yeah, yeah. You know it's got to be the way to wake up each and every day on WRFG in Atlanta. Good morning blues.
Good morning, Blues.
So, another song there from Shirley King's album Blues for a King. She's chatting with us about life and schools and stuff. I brought up the school teacher job of my wife because I knew you did things in the schools in Chicago. So you think you might be traveling doing that?
Sneaky, Bob. That wasn't fair. Okay. Well, I'm planning on putting that back in working because before my father passed, I was working all over the place doing blues in school. I was with Urban Gateway, and I was so successful there till they had to get rid of me because everybody was demanding my assembly, and they had about 50 other people in there, and everybody was calling for Shirley King's assembly. So I had to walk away from that. But then a young lady that I was working with, her boyfriend playing guitar with me, she went and put together her name is Joy Davis. She went and put an educational program together that started from beginning to end. It even started out telling kids how they should act at the assembly. And it talks about all the parts of the blues, and it only used two artists, B.B. King and Booker White. Well, you might ask why Booker White, because Booker White was B.B. King's blood family member. That was his cousin.
Huh,
so
interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah, my Blues in the School program is built up on my dad and my dad's cousin, and using those two people, I can cross from traditional right into urban, up-to-date blues.
Well, let's step away from music just for a minute because I know that 3 years ago you put out a book, and I wondered what else you get up to. The book was called Love is a King. So outside of music, what do you get to do that's fun? Tell us more about Shirley and how you spend your time in life and stuff you get up to.
Actually, Bob, I am such a comedian and a fun person and a high-energy person and all that goes on stage that helped me get over. I turned to Facebook Live, and you would have thought I had a radio show because every Friday a friend of mine had me to do a song called It's the Weekend, and it talks about it being Friday because that's the name of the song, It's the Weekend. And it's more of a hippie-hop kind of blues. Well, it's going to be blues because I'm singing it, but a young hip-hop lady was added to it to do the rap, and the music was created that way, and it was Shirley King crossing over to hip-hop. So I was using that every Friday to do Facebook Live because there was so many just ugly things going on about my father and his passing and his stuff and the money. So I took my mind off of what was hurting me, and I used my spirit to make people happy and laugh and look forward to hearing me every Friday. I did Facebook Live from the time my dad was sick up until right now. I mean, every Friday you could hear me on Facebook Live making people laugh, being funny, talking about music. Mostly talking about my dad because that's what people like to hear from me. They love to hear B.B. King stories from me that they haven't heard from anybody else because they can't. I'm the only one can talk about B.B. King from the personal side where I was at. I can't really always talk about him musically, but I know him from the personal side because I was with my dad ever since I was 2.5 years old. And when he left me, I was 65, so I had my dad all my life, and I had been around in his early days of starting out in this business, becoming who he became.
Well, what a great idea. I mean, a Friday night Facebook comedy, and you got to express all those things, and you got to see a different side of Shirley, and you also got the voice to be able to, put all that stuff down. So what a wonderful way to get that out. I'm glad that you were able to do that, because I think it's great when you're able to correct some of the what we call fake news that gets out there. Now, I got to tell you a secret. So I want all our listeners.
I love it when you say the fake news. I just be careful because I don't want nobody jumping on me politically.
No. I just want. We're going to have to talk a little quiet. I'm going to tell you a secret because I'm big about being honest. Okay. And something I learned, because I'm not 30 anymore. Something I learned is that the truth is the easiest thing to remember. So here's my secret that we mustn't tell anybody. All I have of your dad musically is probably a best of. I don't have any of his albums, but we can't tell anybody that because the most important thing that's on my shelf, okay, is a picture of your dad signed by him with Eric Clapton, signed by Eric Clapton. And it sits proudly in the center of my shelf, okay? And I'm going to actually get up now and make sure that I've got this right. He's on the right, and on the left, I have a wonderful, wonderful photograph of James Brown sitting on a red leather couch signed at his house, signed by him too. So that's my secret, and now you know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Wait a minute, Bob. Hold it for 1 minute here. If it's a secret and we're doing an interview here, how is it a secret?
Well, I guess we messed up.
I was thinking now, he's telling me a secret, but he's telling me on the interview, on the radio show. Okay, I'll keep it a secret. But we're going to fix that, Bob. We're going to fix that. I'm going to make sure you have other things, not just of B.B. King, but of Shirley King and B.B. King together. And it's going to be signed, and guess what? I have permission now to forge my daddy's name. So I'm going to sign Shirley and B.B. King, and you will have those things as soon as I get it together for you. Not only will you have that, but you will have the B.B. King book, Blues All Around Me, honoring you, acknowledging me as an artist today, and telling me your secret, because I don't want you to have that bad secret. That's a bad secret. You got to have some B.B. King stuff.
Yeah, but I got to tell you the truth. It's just the way it is, So
I love the truth.
I just thought it was funny to be able to pull that out, because it's, and I'll send you the pictures, I promised, okay? But
okay, send me a mailing address, because I want to make sure you don't just have Eric Clapton and B.B. King and James Brown. I want you to have B.B. King and Shirley King together on a picture together, and I want to make sure you have B.B. King's best left behind book that was not researched. It was done by B.B. King and an author. Mr. King talked about his whole life, things that people didn't expect him to say. He even talked about sex, and people only heard him bragging about things like that, maybe on stage to make them laugh. But my dad went really from the beginning to the end in this book, Blues All Around Me. And I'm going to sign that and send it to you, because in the book, he left all 15 of the kids that he called his kids, but he put my name first. And so I'm going to sign that book, and I'm going to forge my daddy's name so you will have it.
Well, that will be just wonderful. Thank you. So sometimes being honest will be a good thing, a good reason. I just thought it was kind of unique, but it's a good job nobody else heard about this, right?
Well, that's what my dad always told me. He said sometimes honesty don't make you popular, but it will set you free. And I'd rather be free than be popular.
There you go. Well, I've got one more track to play. Those of you that are still scratching your bum, getting out of bed, and you might have missed a little bit of this, shame on you, number one. You also need to email me a letter of apology signed by your mother as an excuse for getting up late. And this is Shirley King you're talking to, and we're talking about the album Blues for a King. That's a wonderful 11-track selection of not the songs that you might typically expect, although some great classic blues songs. There's a wonderful range. And the last one that we're going to play, still very connected to England, is a track number 8 called Feeling All Right. And that, to me, immediately evokes Joe Cocker, but it's written by Dave Mason. Dave Mason was in Traffic. Traffic was Steve Winwood, which connects us back to the song we played earlier. So it's a very upbeat, powerful voice you're going to hear from Shirley, which, of course, had to be something if you're listening in your head to Joe Cocker singing the song. So it's very important that you recognize these things. But the album comes out at the end of this week, and I think it will be a wonderful thing for us to hear as much of this as we can, because Miss Shirley has a very powerful voice with lots of energy and very recognizable, and that's always a joy whenever you play any new album. So I want to thank you so much for having a chat with us on Good Morning Blues this morning, Shirley. It's been a blast. You're a joy to talk to, and I like the fun that we have.
Bob, can I leave one last thing with you?
Yep.
One thing that I think right about now, you and I, Shirley King and Bob, UK Bob, we're making history right now, because with all the things that's going on in the world and with all the stuff that's happening right there in Atlanta, I think there are going to be times when people might pick up this recording, this show that we're recording right now, and listen to it, because what I want to say, a lot of us are trying to do that, whether we're doing it physically or emotionally. We're trying to find our way back home. You know, so many people right now are fighting, and I feel honored that this CD was done at a perfect time with showing the world we all can work together and make this a wonderful thing. You know, they didn't select no one color of musician to play on Shirley King's album. They got a variety of people, and that goes to show you that's how we got to come back together in the world. We got to all think as one. We got to all feel as one. And I'm hoping I can hurry up and get back out here, because every night, without making it political, I'm going to try to bring people together in musical love. I'm a loving person. I love to be loved. And that's all I'm going to be able to spit out to people when I'm on the stage. So with what's going on in Atlanta, we really are using the best song to close this show out with, close this interview out with. I love it. Thank you so much.
Well, that's a wonderful way to finish, and I'm totally with you, because I'm a lover, not a fighter, and I've had the hardest time dealing with so many things in the news today, because I grew up in London till I was 28 years old, and I was surrounded by everybody from all over the world. I grew up with Jamaicans, Trinidadians, people from Nigeria, and they're as English as I am. And I have the hardest time with the distinction, because my upbringing was so different and so accepting of other people's cultures. But I think the biggest difficulty in America is there's too much space to everybody to go hide and be in their little corner, and everybody needs to get together more often and intermingle and put their hand out and just say that I love you to people all around you. And it's not difficult to fight a way out of some of the stuff that's been going on. We just have to want to.
This stuff just rolls up. Half of the people that's been supporting me and loving me and keeping me going since my dad left is not my people. It's been all the race of people that I have engaged with all my life because of the people that love my father. The generation thing has never affected me. I've been all over the world with different people in different cities, white, foreign, want me to come over their house and people showing love. So that's the one thing that I can say that music does. I've always seen music bring everybody together. And see, maybe they need to let some music get out here and let people be locked behind something and just let the musician bring love back, because this wasn't happening 2 or 3 years ago. I've never, I've been in the world 70 years. I've never seen this happen, ever. So I think they're missing the good feeling of music, because music does what? It soothes the savage soul. It makes it feel good. There's a song for everybody. There's a musical way of delivering it. And, by this time, we supposed to be doing all kind of wonderful festivals. We can't even get out of our house, and guess who done took over? The things that we used to keep behind the gates and locked up and everything, man, they're out there looking at us laughing now because we're locked in like they were, and they're enjoying the freedom that we had. So this is something that shall pass. I mean, I'm a spiritual believer that God is in control, and when he brings us back out here to do music, people are going to be so glad, because people now are just totally depressed. They are totally depressed, and anything can start a fight. Anything can create hatred. But it's never been like this for me. I don't know about prejudice. I mean, I just lived in a world where people have always supported Shirley King and B.B. King and other blues artists, and our music is so loved overseas. I go over there almost like I'm living there. And right now, I can't even do one of my jobs that I got over there. So I'm just praying that this CD will touch people that way, because there's a CD with all these different artists, and you trying to figure out what is a blues singer doing singing with that guitar player or that one. But it just goes to show you where music has no boundaries. And we don't have any boundaries, but some kind of way, it's happened because the world right now is in I don't know what's happening. It's not us, though, because we love each other. All people love each other. We only know hate because hate spits at us. And, it's not us, and some of us are going to run away from it. And I definitely try to run away from hatred, because I was raised in love. I knew only love, and I saw my father only do love. So I don't know the hateful side, but with all that's going on, I can't wait to get out here and do my music, because every night, every song will have a Shirley King story with it, because that's what it means to me. Every song, even the feel-good song like Feeling All Right. I'm totally excited to talk about these songs from the meaning, because every song on that CD has a meaning.
Well, that's a great way for us to wrap up with some happy, positive thoughts about moving forward. I want everybody that heard that to please remind yourself between your left ear and your right ear that we are way more the same than we are different. And when you step out today, keep that in mind. Shirley King, thank you so much for joining Good Morning Blues.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to talking to you again. Don't forget, send me that address so I can help you get that chef right, because it's just not right with 3 people on it. You got to have at least 4. And Shirley King got to be up there to be one of those.
Hi, I'm John, inviting you to grab a cup, buckle up, and tune in to Route 66, Sunday morning from 7 to 9 on WRFG. It's a devilish cruise for the blues, jump, R&B, boogie-woogie, early rock and roll, and jukebox jazz.
That 2-beat pattern is the music brought to the United States of America by the communist conspiracy to corrupt teenagers, and it's in every rock and roll number.
That's right, we have fun playing all that dangerous music from the 40s and 50s that guys like that didn't want teenage America to hear, plus songs from artists who are still keeping the tradition alive today. So please join us for Route 66, Sunday from 7 to 9 a.m. on WRFG. In Atlanta, we're 89.3 FM. Your independent community radio station is rocking around the world on our free mobile app and WRFG.org.
Okay, so we're into part 2 of the show. Going to move on to another king right now. And I can tell you it's Earl King from New Orleans, because that's not the band. The reason I can say that is a very rare scenario with him taking the vocals with a stage full of well-known chaps back in 1974. Going to follow up with some more bluesy, funky tracks and a lot of new acts and new artists and new stuff to keep you occupied till 10 o'clock.
Fellas on up here. Well, you want to play up here? We're going to do, yeah, you got to sing this tune, right? Well, didn't even know about this tune. It's a total surprise finale. But this one of Earl King tune that we're going to finalize tonight with. That was one of Professor Longhair's hits. We figure that's appropriate for the cadenza. Gonna make me shout. I'm going down and get
and we're happy to report that the music is back. Starting Friday, June 26th, Maxwell's Cigar Bar in Woodstock will have live music with the Breeze Kings on Friday night and Frankie's Blues Mission on Saturday, June 27th. While the stages are still silent at Fat Matt's Rib Shack and Vinkman's, we appreciate their support of Good Morning Blues and wish them well.
Okay, well, you just heard my guest from next week. Coming up there, Mr. Joe Louis Walker, on a track called 7 More Steps, featuring Albert Lee on guitar. And let me tell you, you are in for a treat. This album is superb. And Joe has an amazing recall of stuff going way back. Times, places, who, what, why, where. And it's going to be a terrific conversation talking about so many things over the last 50 years that he's been involved in. And this brand new album has quite a huge range of styles and content. So very, very good stuff. Right in front of that, my friend John Taylor just had a little 4-track bluesy EP out. It's under the name of JT Fortet, and that was the title track called JUN, kind of a funky bluesy thing. And back in the beginning, as I warned you, that was Earl King on vocals, but what was unusual is you had Dr. John, you had Professor Longhair, you had the Meters, which meant you had Art Neville on piano too, so 3 piano players doing Big Chief from 1974. All kinds of coolio things. Slow it down a bit after this break. So you can put the kettle on, have a nice cup of tea, and because it's a Thursday, you're always allowed to dip your biscuit.
Stands to reason, or so it goes. Where this is hidden, nobody knows. Some say they're right, some say they're wrong. We'll have the answer before too long. Stands to reason, and it's nothing new. You may discover things just ain't true. Some won't believe it, and some will see it through. The cookie will crumble, whatever they do, and consequentially it's down to you and me. 'Cause I'd be nothing without you. And confidentially, the only place to be is here with you. And furthermore, stands to reason, some people say there'll be a big price we'll have to pay. It won't be easy, but we'll find our way. And it stands to reason, that's why I'm here today. consequentially. It's down to you and me, 'cause I'd be nothing, nothing without you. When confidentially, the only place to be is here with you. And furthermore, it stands to reason some people say there'll be a price we'll have to pay. It won't be easy, but we'll find our way. Stands to reason, that's why I'm here today.
Down here the river meets the sea. Baby. And in the sticky heat of feeling open up to me. Love comes out of nowhere, baby. It's like a hurricane, and it feels like a rain. It feels like a rain. Ooh, baby. Lying underneath the stars, right next to you, right next to you, baby. I'm wondering who you are, and how do you do? How you doing tonight? Clouds are rolling across the moon. The wind howls out your name, and it feels like rain. It feels like rain. Feels like rain. Feels like rain.
You call me sister, I've paid my dues. You go away laughing while I sing the blues. You think I'm funny, and you think you're so wise. But you're in for a big surprise. You've got a mansion and a limousine, but please don't think I'm dirty, and you're so clean. You think I'm funny, and you're so wise. Oh, but you're in for a big surprise.
My heart's like yours, I can feel the pain. My pride's like yours, I can feel the shame. Right now I feel them both, and all I can do, I feel so sorry for you.
My heart's in trouble. No, I'm not mad. This heavy burden makes my poor heart sad. You think I'm funny, and you're so wise. Oh, but you're in for a big surprise.
Love was here, I never doubted. The bridge held strong when things went wrong. Why did we go under? I said love was here in every room. And as I walked through, I could still feel you from winter through to summer. We both know there's a reason why we can't just let go. You see, nothing just disappears. There's a memory to remind us that love was here. We should be saving this, and we live in a real world. Can we talk about it, reconcile it? Let's live in a real world. If love is gone, maybe we should walk away. Love was here, you sent it away. So caught up in your own confusion, I could not believe it. I said love was here, why couldn't you see? Changing your mind one move at a time and in the wrong direction. Nothing just disappears. There's a memory to remind us that love was here. We should be saving this, and we live in a real world. Can we talk about it, reconcile it? Let's live in a real world. If love is gone, maybe we should walk away. Walk away.
track set there. Kicking off with Gordon Haskell, my guest from a few weeks ago, from my so far favorite album of the year, The Cat That's Got the Cream. A track called Stands to Reason, and some great solos right smack in the middle of that one. Followed by Shawn Murphy and her new release with a cover of It Feels Like Rain, just to keep things slowed down and groovy. Kenny Blues Boss Wayne, up there in Canada, has also got another great new album out there. Duet with Diane Shure, no less. You're in for a big surprise. And then the last piece was the title track from the Ruby Turner LP I played in the first hour of the show. Title track, Love Was Here. Another beautiful piece of work. Such a wonderful singer. And it's her birthday this week. Happy birthday, Ruby Turner, 58. Great voice. Check it out. Album title, Love Was Here.
Hi, everybody. This is Lil Ed Williams of Lil Ed and the Blues and the Pyros. I hope you're staying healthy out there and listening to the blues. We can't wait to see you again.
Project South and the Hunger Coalition of Atlanta, in partnership with Community Organized Relief Effort, have launched free COVID-19 testing at 9 Gammon Street, Southeast Atlanta. Drive-through and walk-up testing options are available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The tests are self-administered via throat swab, and individuals will be contacted within 4 to 7 days with results. If you need COVID-19 testing, 404-622-0602. If you need testing for the coronavirus, this is your opportunity. Once again, that's 404-622-0602. Project South and the Hunger Coalition of Atlanta, in partnership with Community Organized Relief Effort, have launched COVID-19 testing at 9 Gammon Street, Southeast Atlanta. Corresponse.org/COVID-19-Atlanta.
Another public service announcement by your listener-sponsored and supported community radio, 89.3 FM, WRFG.org.
Well, we're coming to a close here in Good Morning Blues Part 2, June 25th. And it was very sad yesterday because my mother passed away at 95. Been expecting it, but she wasn't ill. She wasn't in pain. She just got to the point where she couldn't hang in anymore. And my trip in May was cancelled, so because of all the stuff going on, and I can't get there now for a few months with restrictions and quarantine and whatever. So we're going to have to sit on that, but some things do connect, and I want to share with you a couple of tracks from a fantastic album in support of the charity for the NHS, which took great care of my mom, called Songs of Isolation. You're going to hear two of those coming up, just fantastic. One is Frank Collins from Kokomo, the other is Georgia Van Etten, and we're going to do a celebration on July the 9th with nothing but isolation blues songs for the entire couple of hours to celebrate the NHS and to, I guess, say goodbye to my mom.
Well, I've been to the store, I've had my walk, now I'm back inside, and I'm climbing the walls. I got the lockdown, isolation, tired of waiting, stay home blues. Now I can't go out, I can't hang with my friends. These four walls are driving me round the bend. I got the lockdown, isolation, tired of waiting, stay home blues. I've been keeping my distance, obeying the rules, standing in line in the food store queues. Been doing my best, doing all I can, but if I'm being honest, it's just driving me mad. Feels like I've been tired, tried and tested. To stay inside makes me so restless. I got the light. Stay home blues. Stay home blues. Yes, I do. I got the lockdown, isolation, tired away. Stay home blues. Oh yeah.
Hey, are you there? I know it's been a while since we talked, but I don't care about the time that's passed or the reason. 'Cause I swear you were once the knock on my door, and I can't bear another pale morning or season. 'Cause the world's gone mad, and I'm dreaming, thinking about what we had, about what we had. Oh baby, ooh, you can change the sky above, or you can take my job or the coffee in my cup. Oh baby, ooh, take it all you want, 'cause you can lock down the world, but you can't lock down my love. Hey, are you there? Did you hear him talk on the TV? And are you scared? You know that I'll be here if you need me. 'Cause the world's gone mad, and I'm dreaming, thinking about what we had, about what we had. Oh baby, ooh, you can change the sky above, or you can take my job or the coffee in my cup. Oh baby, ooh, take it all you want, 'cause you can lock down the world, but you can't lock down my love. And I'm on my knees, I'm begging, oh yeah, lock down with love, and my love is free. Oh baby, ooh, you can change the sky above, take my time or the coffee in my cup. Ooh, take it all you want, 'cause you can lock down the world, lock down the world, lock down the world, but you can't lock down my love.
I spent so many days taking you for granted, mad in so many ways, convinced I was damaged. I've wasted so much time being angry, just wanna turn those days into stone. We can shine it, yeah, we can light it, live it up, feel it in our bones. We can ride this out together. I'm better with you than I ever was alone. I wish I knew you were sad, checked out too early. I wish I picked up the phone, you were never alone. I still hear your songs that we adore. No one sings like you anymore. We can shine it, yeah, we can light it, live it up, feel it in our bones. We can ride this out together. I'm better with you than I ever was alone. Our love could grow so strong if I could get out of my own way. I hate to sing this song if I can't have you next to me. Sing
the chicken, the monkey, and the papa. I gotta dance, and it's not the same. A funky new dance we call a thing. You just wiggle, yeah, you wiggle where you stand. Now you're doing it, yeah, you're doing the thing. You just wiggle where you stand. All you got to do, now you're doing it. You're doing the thing. Now wait a minute. Now if you think you're too hip, I think you're too square. Once you start dancing, you just won't care. The fancy steps they do on Soul Train, forget about